Hello and welcome to the KNGNetwork.com Coaches Show here in Bath County. I'm Philip Smith and I'm here with high school football coach Reed Fields. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing fine. Thanks.
How do you, looking back, I know we had a game on the road last week in Garrett County. How do you sum up last week's game, Coach?
You know, just still after the game, you can look back after watching film a couple, 3 times. You feel like at all times we were still in the game. You know, but at late it kind of got out of hand. We feel like we were as good as them if you look at the stats. But it's just a blown chance there, blown opportunity not to convert several times inside the red zone, and a lot of mental mistakes and just a missed opportunity that I think our kids come away knowing they can play and they're as good as that team who was ranked 8th in the state in Class 3A, but still a lot, blown opportunity. We can't take any moral victories from the loss. I just don't coach that way, and we're improving this week, and we've changed a lot of things in practice as far as discipline and trying to work on mental mistakes a lot more, not beating ourselves.
Looking at the schedule, what do you think about this week coming up?
Well, we got another district game. It was our first one last week, so we're 0-1 in the district. It's an important game. We've got to win a couple, 3 district games just to get to the playoffs. So Western Hills, a big physical team. Coach Miller, I've got a chance to watch him about 3 times on film now, and still in process watching the film. But they're physical up front. Got some good backs, run the ball well. The quarterback throws a good ball, and they got a huge tight end. So it's going to be a battle.
Are we doing anything different just to get ready for Western Hills? Because Western Hills is known, and in the past they've been a powerhouse.
They've had some good clubs. We're working on offensively. Yesterday, what we feel like will work. We put a few new wrinkles in as far as offensive scheme and just changing. We're not going to change our offensive package, but maybe the way we block a few things according to their defensive adjustments, their defensive alignments. But we're going to be who we are on offense. We're just going to have to make teams stop us and do it well enough to get there. You have to adjust a few plays here and there and adjust the way you do things, but technique-wise. But we're not going to change a whole lot there. Defensively is where you really have to make changes to stop teams get aligned properly, and be focused on what you're doing there and try to prepare for that team.
Are we healthy right now, Coach? As a team, we got any major injuries or?
No, we played last week without Dustin Robinson, who was arguably our best offensive lineman, maybe our best defensive lineman. He's a senior, 6'3", 295-pound, moves really well, and we found out at 3:45 on Friday that we weren't going to have him, so that kind of puts you back against the wall, and we hadn't worked anybody else at number 1 on offense or defense there, and puts you in a hole. But you got to play, and we got kids to step up. Adam Hughes stepped in on offense and did a great job, and we plugged in some players on defense, different players, and played pretty well defensively, other than giving away a few big plays. But again, that's a different game. We had 2 touchdowns called back. One at the end of the half. It was critical. It was a big momentum swing. We had about a 70-yard touchdown on a kick return with 10 seconds on the clock called back. Then we had another one late in the second half on about a 40-yard pass play to a fullback out of the backfield called back. And we're inside the 10 3 different times that we come away empty-handed. So that's 5 different scores, and if you do the math, you probably take away one of their scores. But it's just we were right there, and we got to get over the hump. We're a good football team. We're just not performing the way we should in key situations.
So looking back now, we can see it as not based on anything that was athletic. It's more mental.
A lot of mental mistakes.
We have to take the mental mistakes.
A lot of mental mistakes, and we had some missed tackles and blown assignments on defense as well. But we just have to have a mindset that we can finish. When we get inside the 5, that's where you really have to have an attitude. And you have to pound the ball and finish.
Are we doing anything special for Western Hills then? Besides just focusing, making sure that we don't make the same mental mistakes we made against Garrett County.
We're trying to work on us right now. The talent's here. We're trying to work on us and perform the best we can. And I think if we do that, if we perform to the best of our capabilities, and it's going to take care of itself.
Are we sticking to fundamentals then?
We work fundamentals. If you come and watch our practices, we do individual practice every day and fundamental, and we gear that on what we think we need to improve on from last week and where we're headed this week. So, yeah, we're working definitely on fundamentals.
Looking so far at the season, we're getting pretty good into it right now. Do you see? You still see it's going to be a good season?
I'm not going to lose confidence in this bunch, and hope everybody else doesn't either. Last week we played number 8 in the state on the road. That's going to be a huge upset if we get it. We didn't feel like it would, but the whole state's going to consider that a huge upset. So, I still think we can have a good year. I think we can make the playoffs and make some noise in the playoffs.
All right, Coach. Just looking back then, we've played big teams. We've played here. We've played there. you think we're doing better just with the change in the environment, change in how we're doing, and if we've moved some people around out there, you see the team grow right now? Or you, like our skills and
You know, we had some positives away from the game the other night. I thought there was some the passing game looked pretty decent at times. We had some players step up defensively. I thought Jared Richards played really good on defense. Yeah, I think we have grown overall scheme because I think our first drive was like an 82-yard drive, about 14 plays, and it was just offensively it was about good as you could expect, you know. But we still have to grow and understand that you're never out of a game with the offensive firepower we have, and we can't hang our heads when we get down 2 scores. That's what we're still trying to, from a mature mentally, I guess you could say.
you think it'd help to be back at home?
Oh, no doubt. You know, homecoming, we've had a history here in the past few years not losing at home on homecoming. So I think the kids are excited. We got a lot of school spirit. We wish we had that all the time, but homecoming kind of brings a lot of people out that really aren't involved. We do a lot of activities here. Our cheerleaders and boosters do a lot of things. Administration try to get the kids motivated for homecoming, and I think it's going to be a good week for us. If we come out to perform, I think we come away with a win.
I know. I would say this personally, being around in Bath County during a game, they've got the field looking great this year. I want to go ahead and say that the fields look good during home games this year.
That just hats off to again the boosters administration. Tim Thompson does a lot of things for us there and make sure that we got the fertilizer, and he was as far as maintaining the field, and got coaches working on it, and then Shannon Cottle and his efforts as far as painting the field. It's a group team effort, and hats off to a lot of people there.
I know that we're ready for this week, and I think it's going to be a heck of a game. And hopefully soon we'll be back to do another game with you guys. Let's go ahead and thank you again for coming on today, Coach.
Oh, I'm tickled to death to be here. Anything we can do to get our kids exposure, and that's what we're in the business for. We're definitely not in for self-accolade. So we want them to get a win, and still feel like we can go on a run here for play, capable run the table. So, you know, I don't think that's out of the realm of capability. So
It's all about the
we'll
players.
see what happens. It is.
Thanks.
Let's go ahead and thank all of our sponsors, including our flagship sponsor, St. Joseph Mount Sterling. With healthcare just around the corner here, you can always go to St. Joseph instead of having to drive all the way to Lexington. They have one of the fastest emergency rooms around. We also have the insurance agency here in Owensville, along with the Owensville Banking Company, with all 3 branches here that are able to serve you. Remember, I'm Philip Smith, and you can always catch a show every Thursday on KNGNetwork.com. And on Friday night, you can catch a game from either Bath, Fleming, or Nicholas, all around on KNGNetwork.com. Thanks, and you have a great day.